Good day, everyone. We are ASCENT, and our company is a company that aims to deliver excellence in quality and timely completion of value-added projects. CEO Ms. Rahimali Domingo adapt her role to the objectives of the company and improves the quality of company's choices. COO and CTO Ms. Ezequiel Luis Fabia ensures the company's financial stability and operational effectiveness while helping its effective growth. CFO and CMO Mr. Reza Torres accountable for all operational and financial elements of a company. For our milestone 1, problem statement, when does the problem occur? Battery drainage of devices and acute myocardial infarction. Customers, people with cardiovascular disease, especially elderly, PWD, and autopsy. Problem, activity and lifestyle of the person. Impact, emotional, assurance and convenience. Quantifiable, 60% uses smartwatch for fitness activities. Alternatives, smartwatch with GPS and heart rate monitors and checking of heart rates by hand or automatically using a heart rate monitor. Alternative shortcomings. What are the disadvantages of the alternatives? Little to no life-saving medical features and inaccurate. For our customer interviews and survey, 36 customers were interviewed, 35 agrees for the convenience of the product, 19 to 23 years old age range of the respondents, and 100% heart strip is worth buying. For problem definition, cardiovascular disease is a serious health issue that must not be overlooked. According to the 2020 census, the leading cause of death of the most Filipino are all related to the cardiovascular system. Most often, people who suffer from heart conditions are prone to having acute myocardial infarction, a heart attack. However, due to unprecedented happenings, one could experience a heart attack, and due to no one attending to the person, it could lead to a loss of life. So for our solution, we offer a solar-powered smartwatch with ECG sensor named HeartStrip. And our solution offers customer the benefit of accurate heartbeat tracking, location detection, and never-draining smartwatch. The details of our offering consist of having the ability to quickly notify hospital and emergency hotlines, more suitable for everyday use, convenient and efficient medical alerts, and 24/7 heartbeat tracking and health fitness tracking features. So why does this business will work in our country? The extra potential functions of smartwatches will appeal to different people in different ways. However, with the help of HeartStrip, this company will be successful both in the market and in the community, since in this time it is important to focus our health. Additionally, this product is probably one of the most convenient for an older adult with heart problems. For our customer persona, age 18 to 30 years old, occupation, medical professional, and medical staffs. Bio, Miss Karen, a 28-year-old employee of the medical department, frequently deals with patients who are struggling with their hearts. Miss Karen examines patients and either prescribes or runs diagnostic tests. Additionally, she coordinates consultations as needed. She is a specialist in blood vessels and heart conditions. Then, for 31 to 70 years old senior citizens and PWDs, Bio, Mr. Santiago, a 67-year-old senior with hypertension, often experiences an unexpected increase in heart rate. He is with his wife, 65 years old, who is also a senior citizen. They only have a device for measuring heart rate because of his condition. For value proposition canvas, what do you offer that makes the customers happy? A solar-powered smartwatch with a ECG sensor that would notify heart health facilities. What is the product or service that you are offering? A solar-powered smartwatch with ECG sensor named HeartStrip. With its features, it has safety and health fitness features, alerts health facilities if one is having an abnormal heart rate. For gains, the effectiveness and efficiency of the product. For jobs, alert the nearby health personal that someone is having a heart attack? What are the pains of the clients when facing the problem? Unattended people who experience heart attack could have been saved if personnel were alerted. And Miss Ezequiel Luis Pavia will discuss with you our milestone 2.
So for milestone 2, we have create your business model and MLP. So for our competition analysis, our direct competitors are Apple Watch and Huawei smartwatch. For secondary competitors, we have Samsung smartwatch, and indirect competitors is Fitbit smartwatch. Next slide po. So we have this table right here. So we're gonna compare Heart Strip with Huawei Watch Fit, Apple Watch Series 7, Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and Fitbit Versa 2. For its price, Huawei is 4,999 pesos. Apple Watch is 33,990 pesos. Samsung price is 8,999. For Fitbit, it's 6,999 pesos. And Heartstrip is 2,500 pesos. So for the battery life, Huawei is 10 days. Wait lang. 10 days. Apple Watch Series 7, you can use it for up to 18 hours. Samsung 24 to 60 hours. Fitbit Versa is up to 6 days. Heartstrip is 5 days. So with regards to health monitoring, heart rate monitoring, blood oxygen saturation, menstrual cycle monitoring, sleep tracking are the advantages of Huawei Watch Fit. For Apple Watch, they have blood oxygen sensor, electrical heart sensor, third generation optical sensor, and emergency SOS. For Samsung, they can track blood pressure, stress management features, sleep tracking, fitness tracking, healthcare monitoring. And for Fitbit, we have sleep tracking, breath and oxygen tracking, oxygen saturation monitoring, and stress management features. For ASCENT's Heart Strip, it notifies the nearest healthcare facility, ECG monitoring, sleep tracking, oxygen monitoring, stress management features, and fitness tracking. For its connectivity, Huawei has Bluetooth 2.4 and Wi-Fi. Apple Watch has LTE and UMTS 6, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0. The Samsung has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity. For Fitbit Versa, we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0. And Heartstrip, we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0. Next slide, please. For the customer value statement, what competitive advantages will you build to keep the promise of your unique value proposition? First, it is an advanced ECG monitoring. Heartstrip is affordable and user-friendly. It is good for its accuracy, longevity, and durability, and it is water resistant. Next po. So we have here the lean canvas. The problem, existing smartwatches only monitor the heart rate and beat of the person. Battery dies easily and needs to be charged on a charging outlet. People who suffer from heart conditions. So what are the existing alternatives? If in case of an emergency where the person wears the watch is having a heart attack, they'd either die due to lack of attention or someone would notify the hospital hotlines. And next is they'd go to the nearest outlet to charge or go home to charge their smartwatch. So what are the solutions? It offers customers the benefit of accurate heartbeat tracking, location detection, and never draining smartwatch. It notifies hospital and emergency hotlines in case of an emergency. It is efficient in medical alerts. So the key metrics. A lot of consumers are choosing the product for its company name, efficiency, and its affordability. So what is the unique value proposition? A solar-powered smartwatch with an ECG sensor named Heartstrip that would notify health facilities in case of an emergency. So unfair advantage. A navigator will be shown where to go, directions for your destination. So customer segments, B2C or business to customers, sports-oriented people, persons with disabilities, senior citizens, students, employees, medical professionals, and staffs. Early adopters, outgoing people, and people with health issues. Next, please. So for the MVP, Heartstrip suggested retail price is 2,500 pesos. Heartstrip's battery source is solar power. in notifying the nearest healthcare facility, it is efficient, and in regards to navigation, location detection for emergency. Next, please. So for the MVP validation, how long will the test last? 1 week po. Who is the target audience? At least 2 people with health problems and outdoor activity people. Did enough customers buy? Yes. With enough products, marketing and recommendations. Did the customer show interest? Yes. Aside from the price, Heartstrip has a lot of good feedback. Insights. Despite Heartstrip's positive feedback, we recognize that there is always space for development. And what's next after that? Assess the product for further improvements. Next, please.
Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Benza Torres, the CFO of ASCENT. And next slide, please. Okay, so this table shows the financial plan of ASCENT for our Heartstrip. Okay, the startup cost is 90,000 pesos. This is for the business registration fees, product development, website design, website development, licenses, and for the other startup cost, it is 20,000. For the capital work in progress, which is a fixed asset, it is 50,000 pesos. And for the starting operations, it is 190,000 pesos. For the startup capital, it is 250,000 pesos. Next slide, please. Okay, so this table here shows the forecast P&L. P&L is a profit and loss account. Okay, so for this one, we have for the sales from January to December. So we have forecasted that we will be having a total sales of 10,775,000. Next slide, please. Next is for our COGS, or cost of services. For the cost of services, we have predicted that it will be 7,758,000, and for the cost per unit, it will be 1,800,000, and also for the gross profit, we're expecting 3,017,000. Next slide, please. This table here shows for the fixed expenses. Okay, so for the fixed expenses, we're expecting a total expenses of 1,320,000 for a year. Next slide, please. Okay, this one is the result. Okay, so we're expecting for year the net profit will be 1,697,000. And for the gross profit margin, we're expecting 28% of it, and the net profit margin is 15.09%. Next slide. Now we will be having our forecast cash flow. So cash flow, it is the flow of our money all throughout the year from January to December. So we're expecting for the starting cash position, it will be 650,000, and then we're expecting by the end of the year that it will be 1,830,000. Next slide, please. We have here our balance sheet forecast. For the balance sheet forecast, the number reflected on this balance sheet are computed as of December 31st, or by the end of the year. Okay, so for the asset, it will be total 4,671,000. It has current asset, which is 4,256,000. Cash in hand, which is also the 4,256,000. And then it has petty cash, accounts receivable, second hand, other assets. fixed asset equipment for quality control, furniture, capital investment, and equity share capital. Next slide, please. Next is for the liabilities. Okay, so we're for the balance sheet it is 4,834,000. And then also for the net worth of the promoters, it will be 2,350,000. Next slide, please. Next is the break-even analysis. So this one, so the average sales per price per unit will be 2,500 pesos, and the average cost of each unit is 1,800 pesos. For this one, the gross profit will be 0.28%. So the fixed cost for the year will be 1,320,000. And then the sales required to break even will be 4,562,500 pesos. So the number of unit sales to break even will be 1,825. The gross margin percentage of sales, okay, so for the year it will be 3,017,000, and then the total sales for the year will be 10,775,000, and it has a 28% contribution margin. And then total fixed expenses for the operating expenses, it will be 1,320,000. And then break-even sales for it will be 28% gross margin. And then for the total fixed expenses, it will be 1,320,000. So for the yearly break-even amount, it will be 4,562,500 pesos. For the monthly break-even amount, it will be 380 and 208 pesos and 33 cents. Next slide, please. This is our financial projections for our Heart Street. So for the year one, we're expecting our gross profit of 3,017,000. For the next year is 4,182,500 pesos. The following year will be 8,171,000 pesos and 900. And then for the following year, we're expecting 10,828,150 pesos. And then for the year 5, will be 14,912 and 150 pesos. For the capital cost, okay, for the year 1, it has a total of 185,000. Next year is 355,000, and for the next year is 140,000, and the following year will be 765,000. The following year, which in the 5th year, will be 170,000. Next slide, please. Okay, so for the total expenses, it has salaries, marketing, digital marketing, utilities, office supplies, rent. And the total for the first year is 1,320,000. The following year is 1,402,000. The following year will be 1,597,000. The following year will be 1,711 and 560 pesos. And then on the 5th year, we're expecting total expenses of 1,882,716 pesos. And for the earning for the first year will be 1,697,000. For the following year will be 2,730,500 pesos. The following year will be 6,574,700 pesos. For the following year will be 9,116,590 pesos. And for the 5th year, it will be, we're expecting 30,029,434 pesos. Next slide, please. Okay, so for this slide, we have we have the unit economics. It is the profit and loss of the unit year of 2022. For our revenue, it is 2,500 pesos. For the COGS, it is 1,800 pesos. For the gross profit, it is 700 pesos. for the gross profit margin is 28%. For the operating cost, it is 2,080 pesos. For the operating profit, it is 420 pesos. Next is the unit economics for the year 2022. CAC is 340 pesos. CLV is 2,965 pesos. For the ARPU, it is 8,738 pesos. Next slide, please. Next is for the sales plan. Our sales plan is now where our target customer is PWD students, employees, and sports-oriented people. And then for the number of it, for PWD, it is, we're expecting a number of 1,300. For the student is 1,200. Employees is 1,500. And for the sports-oriented people is 1,425. The channels to be used to attract these target customers are word of mouth, social media platform, online selling, and online advertisement. And the estimated number of leads for the PWD is 1,300 pesos. Students, 1,200 pesos. For employees, 1,500. And for the sports-oriented people is 1,425. For the estimated cost to convert these leads to actual customer, for PWD, it's 6,500. For students, is 6,000. Employees, 7,500. And for the sports-oriented people is 7,125. Next is for the health-conscious people who monitors their health, people who wants their to invest in their health, and lastly, for the buyers.
So what is the positioning statement of ASCENT? HeartStrip is a smartwatch and a digital health service and monitor that delivers efficiency to its consumers for people who are constantly in need of being attentive in their health, especially those who are prone to having myocardial infarction, or people who just want to be active outdoors and still want health monitoring. Because of its pinpoint precision, it would notify the nearest healthcare institution and hotline so that your problem could be addressed as soon as possible. Because ASCENT promotes the health of the many, we do not want lives to be squandered, because one life is valuable and every person alive is valuable to ASCENT. So for HeartStrip, we have to place order, we have to process the order, and after processing the order, we have the delivery. Is it a success? If the answer is no, we get a refund, and that's the end of the process. If it is a success, we get the receipt at the same time. The order is complete, and that is the end of the process.
So for our funding plan, how much funds required to reach to the next level of the venture? The company is required to raise 5 million pesos in order to advance the venture. How much have been bootstrapped? If not, why? The 35,000 peso investment was contributed by each shareholder of the company. How much can be bootstrapped? The shareholders' investment ranges from approximately 35,000 to 60,000 pesos. How much is external funding required? If not, why? About 150,000 pesos must be raised from outside sources such as private investments made by individuals or major investments by other companies.
And lastly, what ASCENT funds utilization strategy are effective and efficient allocation of the profits, sufficient stability of cash flow to satisfy operating costs, and lastly is product development. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.